How's it going, YouTube? My name is Ari and welcome back to Blue Lion Finance. Now, if you are brand new to the channel, not to worry, because let's face it, I'm actually brand new here as well, with Blue Lion Finance being a brand new channel on YouTube. But I want to catch you all up to speed in sharing with you that this channel is all about dividend investing, as well as my personal journey to amassing $100,000 within my Vanguard brokerage account. And I'm taking all of you along for the ride with me. So as of today, I am excited because we are sitting right beneath the roof of $70,000 at just $69,808.10. So today is a fantastic day for yet another video, and we're going to be talking about salmon. Yes, you actually heard that right.
Salmon the fish.
And there is a ton of money to be made when it comes to this particular salmon stock. So I want to talk all about the stock. I want to share all the research that I've come across with all of you so you can go ahead and make a sound investment decision. And if this fishy decision sounds like something you want to go ahead and dive into, then by all means go ahead right after this video and make sure you buy a ton of it, because it's my personal belief, along with many other investors who are out there investing in disruptive technology, that believe this particular stock has the potential to 10x, 15x, maybe even 20x in the coming years. So you definitely want to get in while it's hot. But just before we actually dive in, go ahead and tap on that thumbs up button. It will greatly help me out on this journey and getting the Blue Lion Finance word out there. And of course, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe while you're at it, because I'd love to have you along the journey with me. Now, with all of that being said, let's get right to it. Alright, so if you've been swimming along with me thus far in this video, today we are going to be talking about AquaBounty Technologies, ticker symbol AQB. Now, AquaBounty Tech was founded in 1991, and they are based out of Massachusetts, most notably known for their research and development of genetically modified fish. So not GMOs, but GMFs, if you're following along with me. So what even really brought me to AquaBounty Tech, this biotech company out of Massachusetts, probably not even on your radar, not really well known, the name's not really even floating out there. What brought me to it was the very fact that when I research companies to invest in, I'm not necessarily looking for penny stocks. I'm looking for companies that are more disruptive in their nature. So companies that are really aiming to resolve a world dilemma. And right now, as of today, the world's salmon supply is actually diminishing quite rapidly, yet the demand for actual salmon is going up. So why is that such a good thing for investors like you and me? Because right now we are on the forefront of being able to invest with a company that is resolving this dilemma of the world running out of salmon. So what's really happening here are the world's fisheries are actually being overfished, and moreover, that salmon supply is being significantly diminished. Now, this problem has actually been growing and increasingly growing over the last several years, and not a whole lot has been done in terms of actually putting forth a solid solution that's actually going to resolve this salmon crisis. But here's the deal with AquaBounty. They recognize that the solution was to have these open pen farms, which essentially are just, think about these giant nets that are dropped in the ocean, and they have a bunch of salmon within them. While that sounds like a simple fix, just dropping this massive net into the ocean and having this open pen farm, what's really happening here is a total disruption to the marine life. So I want you to think about this. Naturally, salmon do not just gather together and float in the same area 24/7, 365. I mean, you got the whole ocean to roam about. That's what salmon do. They swim, and they're not confined to a certain area, which is exactly what's happening when it comes to open pen farms. Of course, now with salmon being confined within these open pen farms, that creates a massive dilemma of the salmon actually developing sea lice, and of course many other infectious diseases, which ultimately those salmon then end up on our plates. So do you see exactly where this problem is going? I don't know about you, but I'm actually a fan of seafood, so when I want to think about the food on my plate, I want to make sure that it was farmed at least in a very healthy environment. And of course, no marine life was actually destroyed in the process. So where does AquaBounty come into all of this, and what exactly is the solution? Let's head over to PBS for a quick glance. I'll throw it up on
an important protein source for many people around the world, and we're eating more of it than ever before. And with 1/3 of the world's stocks overfished, aquaculture has taken off, tripling production in the last 20 years. Yet to date, fish farming has struggled with environmental problems, just like land-based farming has. One small company is producing a genetically engineered salmon it says could help solve some of these problems and help meet the world's demand.
If you fly to the tiny province of Prince Edward Island on Canada's eastern coast, then drive about an hour east out of the capital city, you'll finally come to a small unmarked building guarded by a chain-link fence. There's nothing special about it outside, but inside is another story. These tanks contain the only genetically engineered animal in the world that's been deemed safe to eat: Atlantic salmon modified to grow faster.
Using new technology is an intelligent way to meet the global food security needs of the future.
Ron Stodish is Chief Technology Officer of AquaBounty, the company producing the genetically engineered, or GE, salmon.
We're going to run out of land and run out of water to do what we're continuing to do unless we find a better way to do it.
They know it's feeding time. Yeah, they're pretty happy.
It's a relatively small operation making big waves. 50 employees at 3 facilities in Canada and the US. Breeding, hatching, and growing the salmon, trademarked AquaDvantage. They hope to have it on the American market next year.
Like, what? Did you catch that? That is absolutely ridiculous. We can actually buy AquaBounty salmon, which is essentially just salmon that has been genetically engineered, which is an incredible solution towards this problem, simply because the only thing that AquaBounty is actually doing is just increasing the speed at which the Atlantic salmon is actually getting to market size. So naturally, the Atlantic salmon reaches market size at around 36 or so months. And now AquaBounty is increasing that speed, so it's being done in 18 months. And therefore, it's literally solving that supply and demand problem and balancing it out so people like you and I can continue to enjoy fresh, delicious salmon. And not to mention, AquaBounty got their FDA approval all the way back in 2015. So it's only now that AquaBounty salmon are actually about to hit the US markets this year in 2021. And once they do, I'm thinking something like Impossible Foods, where it's literally just going to blow up. Now, speaking about a stock actually blowing up, let's talk about the money behind AquaBounty, because I think you're in for a real treat here. Now, even Mark Cuban is standing behind AquaBounty Technologies, but he's not even my favorite investor that's behind it, because of course, my one and only beloved Cathie Wood is standing strongly behind AquaBounty Technologies with a very strong belief that this company is going to surge in the coming years. Now, obviously, being able to genetically engineer salmon really does deal with genetic and genome sequencing. So we can actually find AquaBounty Technologies within one of her ETFs. So she actually invests in AquaBounty Technologies. If we pull up her ETF that deals with the genomic space, that's ARKG, we can see here that Cathie Wood has invested over $88 million for a total of over 8.5 million shares. So this all leads me to the grand finale of a question. Why in the world is now the time to get into AquaBounty? And it's as simple as this. AquaBounty Technologies has not yet truly blown up, and you can see here that the stock is floating just beneath the surface of the water here, if you will, at around $11 to $12. Now, yesterday it was actually above $12. Today it sank back down, but you know what they say, you always gotta buy the dip. So with that being said, as of this morning, I of course went ahead and I bought at least 6 shares here as of now of AquaBounty Technologies. Actually gonna go ahead and buy more shares, dollar cost average my way into it, hopeful that it will drop below 10, where I'm going to go ahead and make a large purchase of AquaBounty Technologies. This all leads me to my final question of the video on the day. What exactly are you going to be doing? Are you adding AquaBounty Technologies to your portfolio? Do you believe it has the potential to massively disrupt the salmon industry? And are you a believer that this company is actually going to blow up in 2021? Go ahead, leave your comments below. I'd actually love to catch your thoughts on it. Of course, and as always, if you've learned something new and you've liked what you heard, go ahead and tap on that thumbs up button. And moreover, please go ahead, tap on that subscribe button. I would be more than happy to have you along for the journey with me as we are about to smash through that $70,000 mark and of course onward to that $100,000 financial milestone. With all of that being said, I will see you all in the next video.